Hello, everybody. I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about uh, what I do, why I do what I do. And I was in a town today every time I'm in that town, it makes me reflect on something or somebody. And I got to thinking about my grandparents and why I do what I do. And I remember back on a conversation I had with my grandmother back when I was 10, 12 years old and I distinctly remember telling her I wanted to be a carpenter. I wanted to be in the construction industry. And of course, she pushed me to go learn from granddad and learn that aspect from him. He was a mechanic by trade, and he's really good at what he done. And I mean, man knows more than you can even fathom. Uh, but I was raised by my grandparents, and that's where Hot Shot came from. That was my namesake from my granddad. Yes, I was named after him, our middle names, but he brought up that whole, Hot Shot. That's what he called me, and I tried to learn as much as I could from him. My mom worked two jobs. My dad wasn't there when I was a kid. So, my granddad was my only male role model that I had growing up. So I tried to learn as much as I could from him while, of course he's still here, but I still wanted to learn as much as I could. He's a lot of the reason that, I'm doing what I'm doing and why I got the name that I have for the company. And so one thing that he always taught me and she always taught me and it was always amazed me, was the level of knowledge that my granddad has. There's, I can't tell you one thing that man does not know or don't know how to get the answer to. And that's one thing that I modeled my company after, modeled myself after. Uh, I've spent times in doing residential electrical. I've spent time doing commercial electrical. I've spent time with building boat docks and working in the Gulf with, building fishing piers and building homes. And I've done everything from selling Mary Kay to shoeing horses at the same time. So I've done a lot of things, and I've done that for a distinct purpose. That purpose is, not to have to depend on anybody else. My granddad's generation, it's the greatest generation, and he's 84 now, something like that. He grew up during the Depression. He grew up during that time. He was an orphan during the Depression. So he's self-taught. And for the most part, I am as well. Now, that being said, I also have a lot of resources, and I've called him over the years and talked to him and lead guided and directed me to where the answers I had, or I needed. So I've taken that ability that he's had and that, he's like, look, we didn't have the money, we didn't have the resources. So it was either him do it and make it happen or it not get done. So as as I came up becoming a man, I took that on as well. We never had the money. Like I said, single mom, working two jobs. Dad wasn't there when I was a kid. So, it was just me, her, and my grandparents. So we didn't have the money. And so, when the car broke, you had to fix it. When, we couldn't find a mechanic. When you had cabinet issues, or you have door issues, or you have, issues on whatever the case might be, then you had to fix it. And then that's where, when I got into the military, it was a lot like that too. Yes, we had tech data. Yes, we had, the ways of doing things. But then there was also those times where you had to it needs to be fixed. So when I when I came in the military, I became an aircraft mechanic, and so I fell right back in that mechanic role as my granddad, and some tests I definitely called him on, look, Pop, I am not getting this. and he helped me with the hydraulic systems and, of just understanding this, how to read them and how to understand them and, the theories behind it. So I've taken that of knowing everything. I'm always learning. I'm always after a new thing to learn, new thing going on, from, it doesn't matter what it is. And I want to encourage people out there that if you're in the situation I was where, single mom, working all the time, raised by your grandparents, and I know there's a lot of you guys out there, a lot of you kids out there that are being raised by your parents, or raised by your grandparents rather, because your parents are working, and we see it. So don't let your past dictate what you're going to do in the future. Don't let that dictate where you're going to go. Whatever dream you have to have that drive to fulfill it and to go after it. So, like I said, just a little bit about me, a little bit about what I do. I come and I drive all over Houston, all over the greater Houston area to ensure that my knowledge is being used for that average homeowner and used for that homeowner that doesn't know. And that's part of what it is. And my frustration is seeing families. A few days ago, I went to a family that had several doors installed, and every one of them was wrong. Every one of them had massive issues. Every one of them had, and she's like, I asked her, did she pay, man? She told me no. And that she was holding this check because they wanted to hear what I had to say about it. And whether I get the job or not, that's irrelevant. The bottom line is I want a homeowner to be able to make a smart, educated decision on what they're wanting and what they're needing. We all work too hard for our money. Some work harder than others, yes. However, we all work hard for our money. So I try not to, what's expensive for one or what's inexpensive for somebody else. That's an innovative term. Cause what's expensive to me is not necessarily expensive to somebody else. What's not expensive to me is expensive to somebody else. So the products I sell, side note, the products I sell are in my home. My kitchen cabinets are the cabinets that I sell. That's how much I believe in them. The countertops that I sell and I funnel out through my company is in my office as well as in my home. The doors and the windows that I sell are in my house. I'm just now going through and replacing all my windows with those new line of windows that came out. That's how much I believe in them, and that's how much I know the ROI, how I know the return on that investment is going to be. So I do it in my home, and I still buy it through my company. I don't give myself a break. It's a way for me to put money back into my business because this business is a bootstrap business. I don't have loans. I don't have business. I don't have all that. I literally put my boots on and go to work like everybody else, and I'm creating something out of nothing. And because I saw a need in the industry, I saw a need in bringing that professional image, that professional contractor back to the homeowner and back to where it should be, where we're not going to run off with your money, where we're not going to run off with everything else. And, I don't have customers, I have clients. I have long-term clients. I have long-term, individuals that we've come to know and love. And, we get birthday cards and we get all that stuff from our clients. Cause it's a long-term thing. I'm not here for, one-stop shop and move on. No, I'm here for your long-term. I'm here for the long haul. I'm here to lead, guide, and direct and pass my wisdom on to that next generation, as well as the ones that just flat out don't know. I'm going, like I said, whether I get the job or I don't, I want you to know what needed to be done or what needs to be done to make it right. And then we'll go from there. So, like I said, just a little bit about me and who I am, and I want to call it a day. Today is Halloween, so happy Halloween. I know that sounds kind of odd, but I'm gonna go home, spend time with my wife and kids, and let them get hyped up on sugar like they absolutely have to have. So other than that, you guys have a great day. If you need anything, please go to my website, hotshotconstructionservices.com. There's a link on my face to go to my Facebook. We're about to put the link to our YouTube channel. So go to our YouTube channel and subscribe that as well. I do have some live in live times where I know I kind of lost track of words. I'm sorry. Where I'm going to look at doors, I'm looking at windows, live action, breaking them down with the homeowner there. Of course, they've approved of the video, where I'm going through, and you'll see how it is when I show up on your house, or if I show up at your house to do something, how candid I am, how honest I am, sometimes brutally honest, because it's no games. We all spend our money. We all spend really good money on our services and what you're needing. I just want to make sure the money that you're spending is spent wisely, whether it's through me or through another outfit. So, like I said, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my Facebook channels, follow us on Facebook, and like I said, we'll get we'll get all the IT stuff set up and taken care of. Just trying to be real with you guys and get the information out there. Other than that, y'all be good.